Assalamualaikum. Hi, this is Rashid, and again today I am going to show you one more example on RX Logix 500. So this is my second video on RX Logix 500 programming example, PLC programming example. So what we will do, this is a small questions over here. There is a two counter. This question is usually basically depend on a counter. Okay, there is a two counter. The first counter will counting its value, but at the time the second counter is also counting the value. But when the first counter completes its counting, so it will energize one pneumatic cylinder, but the second counter, when it completes its timing, the both counter will be reset. Like this is the question. So what we will do is, you can read the question over here. Is used to remove 5 out of every 10 parts from a conveyor with a pneumatic cylinder. When the part is detected, both counter will increase their values by 1. When the sixth part arrives, the first counter will then be done, thereby allowing the pneumatic cylinder to actuate for any part after the fifth. And the second counter will continue until the 11th path is detected, and then both of the counter will be reset. Okay, I am not wasting the time. I am just starting the program over here. What I will do, I will take a start bit. This is the stop bit. I will take one latching. Okay, I will take one memory bit also. Okay, so this is our start bit. This is I am giving the address. This is start machine. Sorry, this is our input stop machine. This is our memory bit. This conveyor is start bit. I am taking one bit over here. This is our conveyor start bit. Okay, when the machine start, what we have to start first? We have to start the conveyor, because the part will detect, or the part will travel from the conveyor. So we have to start the conveyor over here first. So when the machine start, the conveyor should be start. So this is our output. Okay, this is our conveyor. Now when the conveyor start, what the main part, when the conveyor start, I am giving the output bit over here of the conveyor. When the conveyor start, this is our one input, that is part detect. When the conveyor is start, it means the part will travel from the conveyor. So this is our sensors input, so it will detect the part. Okay, when the part detects in the second, so it is told in the questions that when the part detect, the two counter have to be, when the part is detect, both counter will increase their values by 1. Okay, so I am taking two counter over here. This is our two counter, 1, 2. Okay, I am taking one latching bit. This is our two counter. Okay, now we have to give the address for the both counter. This is our counter 1. Okay, in the question it has told that the first counter will counting after on fifth time, and when the counter count fifth time, the sixth part arrive, the first counter will then be done. But I am not wasting the time. I am not taking so much number, like, so you have to spend more time on this programming. It is a simple programming, so I am just taking 3 times. Okay, in the second counter I am taking the address, and I am taking the number over here 5. This second counter is, you just remember that this second counter is for reset the counter, and the first counter is for on the pneumatic cylinder. Okay, now what we have to do, this is our first counter. Okay, now I am taking one rung over here. This is our counter. I am taking the counter bit over here. Okay, I am giving the address C5 column 0. C5 column 0 slash 10 bit. This is our counter. This is our counter 1. Now I will take one more over here. This is our counter 1 CU. Why I will take, I will tell you afterwards. C4 0 C5 column 0 slash CU. This is I am taking because when the done bit come, the pneumatic cylinder over here, this is the output of the pneumatic cylinder. this is the when the done bit come of counter 1, the pneumatic cylinder is constantly on, or it will be on permanently. So what we but we don't want our pneumatic cylinder will on permanently. We want that when the part come after the 3 counting, the pneumatic cylinder will on, and by then, and after that when the part goes, it will be off again. When the part come, it should be on, like this is. So that's why I'm taking CU. It will give the pulse and off the pulse, give the pulse and off the pulse, like this. Okay, now in the third part of the of our question is that the second counter will continue until the 11th path is detected, and part is detected, and then both of the counter will be reset. I'm not taking even over here on the second counter 11, but I am taking only a 5 part. So what happened over here? When the second counter reset, when the done bit of second counter will come, when the done bit of second counter will become, so in the question it has told it should be reset both the counter. Okay, I'm taking over here 2 bit, that is the reset bit. This is our reset bit. I will give the address C5 colon 0 counter 1, C5 colon 1, this is counter 2. Okay, this will be reset, but for our safety I am taking one more bit. For our safety I am taking one more bit. That bit is memory bit. This is for what? I don't want that any pulse will increase my counter counting. So this is for safety. I am taking one bit more over here. This is stop for extra pulse bit. Okay, what we will do by this, I will take one more rung over here. This is our bit, so I will take one more latching. Again I will take one bit over here. This is also a memory bit. This is counter stopper. I will give the pulse. I've given the address of over here, so that should be lash, and I will give the NC of this. I am giving this NC of this bit because I don't want that any extra pulse will come over here and increase my counter counting. So this is for the counter counting, this is for the safety, for the counter counting. Okay, but when the program finish, we have to unlatch. This is, it means this when the machine start, it will be on permanently, but we have to unlatch. This is, so what we will do, I will take one more timer over here. This is on delay timer. Okay, when the timer complete its timing, it will reset this. It will reset the this bit. I will take 5 seconds. Okay, now our, oh, okay, now our program is finished. Now I can show you one review, so you can maybe I am very fast because we don't have a time, so much time we have to waste over here. So this is our start machine. When the conveyor this is our bit, start bit, this is the conveyor bit. When the conveyor is start, over here the part detect. When the part detect, the counter will up, both the counter will start counting at one time. When the this counter 1 reach the third time, the pneumatic cylinder will start to removing the left two parts. Okay, because over here the 5, over here 3, it means the extra 2 part will be removed by the pneumatic cylinder. and when counter 2 the done bit will come, it means the counter 1 and counter 2 will reset. This is extra bit, you will get the pulse over here and latch that bit, and the timer will, oh, I have forget over here one thing. This timer I have taken over here because to reset this bit, so we have to give the done bit T4 colon 0 slash done bit to reset this timer, and over here I have taken the NC to stop the extra pulse for our counter. So now I will try to run, and we will check that our program is right or wrong. Okay. Here we go. Now we will start our program, and we will check that whatever the program we have done, that is right or wrong. Okay, in the question is just told when we start the machine, the conveyor should start. Okay, now the conveyor start, but over here there is no any counting. Okay, now when the conveyor start, it means the part will come on the by the conveyor. So this is the first part came over here. See, the first part came, there is a 1 1 on. Okay, now the second part came over here, this is 2, but see, I can show you this, our part detect is on, but over here the pneumatic cylinder is not on now. But when the third part come, it means when the left two part, the pneumatic cylinder should be on 2 times. Okay, now I will removing. Okay, now the third part will come. Now from the third part it will remove our extra part 1. When the fourth part will come, it will remove. Okay, when the fifth part will come, now over here, when the fifth part will come, the pneumatic cylinder will on, and we have when this counter will come, the done bit will come of that counter, it should be reset the both counter, and we have taken over here, you have seen that we have taken over here one timer that will not remove, that will not give any pulse to our counter, more counter. Okay, now this is the last pulse I am giving. This is reset over here, there is no any pulse, extra pulse, and the timer is counting its value. Now it is also reset. If you want to check that how it will be reset by the timer, I can show you one more so you can understand. One time, second. See, now the third part will come, the pneumatic cylinder start is working. Okay, now the fourth time pneumatic cylinder is on. Okay, now the fifth time the counter is reset and our timer is started counting. See, now this is will be reset by this timer. Okay, now this is reset, and every time you can run the program by this is. Okay, thank you very much. This is our program. Next time I will show you one more example. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like. Bye.